We're actually not going to be using any wreath frame for this. We're going to make our own wreath frame actually using these plates. So even the large ones were $2.50 each. It's going to require 3 of these large dinner plates and then 3 of these little salad plates to create a wreath. And then we'll come back in with a bow, and then we can attach some greenery if we would like. But it's going to be kind of unusual, but I'm excited to try this. So for the sake of longevity, I do recommend using either, an all-purpose adhesive, something that secures to plastic. This one's waterproof, and, you do want to let it sit for a while so that it, becomes tacky and secure. I'd recommend overnight, if not 48 hours. But for the sake of this video, for time, and since this is for my own home, whenever you design for your own home, you can always kind of tweak things around, and, things don't have to be necessarily as perfect. And since we're just going to be hanging this up for a short period of time, I'm just going to actually be using hot glue. So I have my glue skillet right here. So we're going to start off by just kind of arranging them nice and evenly, because we're going to come back in with our smaller salad plates in between. So once you kind of find the design style that you like to create that circular wreath, then is when you can set everything in with glue. Grab a dollop of hot glue, and I'm just using a scrap stick. I'm going to apply a generous amount, but like I said, this will peel off very easily without damaging our plastic plates. So this would not last outdoors, but if you did use that adhesive, it would last, a very long time with these plastic plates. Then we can just secure our plate, like so, add a little bit of pressure. Now we'll come back in with our next plate, apply some hot glue. And if any hot glue is sticking out too far, you can kind of peel that off. That's the beauty of working with hot glue, especially in a situation like this. It's not permanent. You can easily peel it off without any issues. So now we'll do our third and final plate. And again, I do want to clarify that I would recommend using super glue. So as I said earlier, do as I say, not as I do, just, so that we clear up any confusion. But now we'll take our third salad plate and secure it there. Make sure they're even into your liking. So now we'll just give this a few minutes to harden up. So it's been a couple of minutes, and as you can see, it's nice and secured, and even though hot glue isn't something I'd consider for a lifetime, it does really work in a pinch. But now it's time to come back in with the bow. This can't be a wreath unless we spruce it up. Create about a 4-inch loop, fold our ribbon over, pinch in the middle. So it's all about the pinch, you guys. When bow making, definitely take your ribbons, pinch in the middle, and completely twist around. It kind of creates, stability in the middle of your bow. And if your ribbon's a little bit thinner, this is nice quality ribbon, but if it's thinner, it definitely creates some integrity to really make sure nothing falls apart and your loops stay, nice and perky and upright. So we'll probably do 4 or 5 loops on either side because we do want to create a decently full bow. So now that we have 4 or 5 loops on either side, we're just going to snip off our ribbon. And we can work in some longer tails just to really kind of set this bow apart. So we'll cut 2 tails, 1 on either side. That's about, I'd say 20, 24 inches on either side just to really create some drama. So now we'll just take a pipe cleaner, secure it, and there we have our bow. So our next way of securing this is going to be, again, using our hot glue. We're going to cut off our pipe cleaner kind of flush, leaving a little bit of an overhang. That way your pipe cleaner doesn't fall apart. So we left about 1/4 of an inch. Now we'll just fold that back. And to secure it, we're going to take some hot glue. And this will stay perfectly fine. If this can keep the plates together, this will keep the bow on the plates. So apply a generous amount, like so. Now we can slide our plates back over and place our bow right on top of our plates. So before we fluff that out, we'll give it a minute or 2 to harden up, but I can feel how it's grabbing onto that plate. So we'll come back once it's hardened. We can fluff our bow and then work in some greenery. So now that we have our bow made, it's nice and secured, the glue has dried or hardened, we can just kind of fluff open those loops, and with it being secured on the plates, it holds its shape really, really nicely. So you can really create a beautiful bow on plates, I guess. So now what we're going to do is come back in with some greenery. So the greenery I have chosen today is some eucalyptus. And this is kind of like silver dollar eucalyptus. It's very kind of wide-leaved, and it has kind of a slight blue color. And I figured that would look really nice against our blue plates, and also kind of help set our bow apart from everything else. So all we're going to have to do is just snip off a few pieces here and there, dip them into our glue skillet, and work them into our bow. So it's not going to take a whole lot. We'll break down another piece. Place it inside our bow. Have it cascade down a little bit. Like so. So now what we'll do is we'll hang this wreath up and give you guys one final look as to how it turned out. Okay, and here's the finished product, you guys. So we used a total of 6 plates, 3 large dinner plates and 3 small salad plates. We worked in a big bow, some eucalyptus, and then one other just spray of little berries. So very simple. In total, each plate was $2.49, and they are plastic, and it does create kind of an unusual wreath frame, so something a little bit different, which is always nice, and I absolutely love the color combo. I love the blue and white plates, I love the blue and white bow, and I think this is just a perfect year-round wreath. So, of course, you can be doing it in any color combo you would like. You don't have to add greenery, you don't have to add a bow, you could just have a circular wreath frame using plates, but that's the beauty and fun of designing, is that you truly can make it your own.